I've got two lenses here from Panasonic for LUMIX Micro Four Thirds cameras, which combined may be the only two lenses you need. I've been using both extensively and I want to share a little bit about my experiences of using them. Plus I'm going to show you a little bit of footage from them, which we're going to record live right here with this Micro Four Thirds camera, which is my GH5. So what have we got here? Well, we have got, first of all, the 12 to 35 lens. This retails for about $800. It is not cheap. Then we have the 35 to 100 lens, and this retails for about $600. So between the two of them, you have a range of 12 all the way up to 100. So 12 is great for work where you have the camera close to you, like vlogging. This sort of to camera kind of thing is good for that as well. And this other lens is really great for wherever you need a zoom lens. Now let's talk about some of the characteristics they have in common, because these really are two peas in a pod. They are fixed aperture lenses. Now what that means is that when you extend these in and out to zoom, the aperture on them stays the same. And the widest aperture you can get with these lenses is to be 2.8. Yes, that's right, 2.8 is the widest aperture you can get on these things, which is actually really good. So look, cameras like the GH5 are not known for their low light capabilities, but at 2.8 you can shoot in most situations very, very easily. Even in sort of darker indoor situations, they are wide enough for indoor use. So yeah, fixed aperture is a really, really nice feature. The other feature that these come with is with the power image stabilization. And when you combine it with a camera like the GH5, you get this dual image stabilization effect, where there is stabilization going on in the lens and there's also stabilization going on in the camera body, and they are working together. And my goodness, this works so well. You can get shots that look like they're on a gimbal just from handheld. I love to use that feature with this camera, particularly when I'm shooting slow motion. It just means you often don't need a gimbal. Okay, so let's take a look through the lenses themselves. So I'm going to put the 12 to 35 on my GH5 first of all, and you can see a wonderful view of my basement here where I'm shooting this video, and you can see we can go down to 2.8. As I zoom in, we stay at 2.8. And just to mention that stabilization, this is all handheld here. So if I zoom in on this, I am just holding this elbows off the table, just in midair, and look at the stabilization. It is really fantastic. And it does a very nice job of panning shots. So if I pan across here like this, I can really do that pretty smoothly. When you combine that with slow motion, it just looks incredible. If we take a look at the bokeh of this lens, I do have a bottle of wine here, so we can take a look at that. So let's bring this into frame, zoom on it, and yeah, now we've got this wine in focus, and you can see it does a nice job of blurring the background here at 2.8. So you get that nice shallow depth of field with both of these lenses as well. And yeah, just look at the smoothness as I go up and down this bottle. Okay. Now let's take this guy off and show its bigger brother, the 35 to 100. Okay, now this is the widest we can go with this lens, so we're at 35 millimeters here. So you can see this is no longer suitable for sort of self-shooting. If I was to turn this on myself, way too close to the lens, so it's not suitable for that. But now let's take a look at the zoom. So we're going to zoom in on this spray bottle here. You see we can get pretty close. And again, even though I'm zooming in now at 100 millimeters, you can see that, look how still that is. Absolutely fantastic image stabilization. You would normally see sort of a shakiness to these sort of images, but because I have this dual image stabilization on, it looks great. And in fact, with cameras like the GH5, you can extend this zoom range even more. So if I go to X teleconversion here and I switch that to on, you can see that we've zoomed in even more. And that's using a bit of the unused crop factor on the lens to be able to perform that without any loss of quality, and that's at 4K. So this has got a really good reach and is something you can use for a lot of situations. So I began this video by saying these could be the only two lenses you would ever need for your GH5, and my experience is, although I do have more than two lenses, more than I should have probably, these two are just wonderfully versatile. You can use them for so many situations. Shooting indoors or outdoors is fine. For vlogging, use this guy. For anything that needs a bit more of a zoom, I'll bring this one out. And between the two of them, I think you're covered in almost every situation. Now, I have put together a video that looks at every one of my LUMIX lenses and compares them and talks about why you'd use one over the other. So if you're interested in learning a bit more about more lenses apart from these two, please check that out. But I must say thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.